Great day, great day. You guys come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great morning, great morning, great morning. Let me go ahead and share. Mm, Hold on, you guys. Great morning. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me hit these groups. Great morning, Christina. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Y'all, it's cold. Let me just say that. Out the gate from the rip. It's cold. It's cold. Your girl, it's cold. Okay? Woo! Mm. Come on in. Come on in. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you are tuning in from. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Come on, y'all. Come on. We're going to get started shortly. I'm super excited for today's word. I believe there's breakthrough in this word. I believe there's breakthrough in this word. I believe that God is going to do something mighty with this word. I believe this word is designed to set the captives free. And one of the captives would be me. So y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Great morning, Jason. How are you, man of God? Yes, Georgia in the building. Let me make sure I send this to my husband. He was asleep when I got up. All right. All right, y'all. Girl, listen. I know if it's cold here, it's cold there. Listen, girl, don't play. Don't play. Listen, y'all, I'm super excited about today's word. And the reason I'm super excited about today's word is that so many people find themselves during this month in a place, right? And so I want to talk about that. But before I talk about that, great morning, baby. Before I talk about that, y'all know what we do. Listen. Babe, this that alive ABC, and our regular alive. We got them both. And we got what? Shots. We got shots. Listen, this product, look, this product, like, I love alive. Let me be clear. I love alive. Love it. And the addition of the Alive ABC. Look, I'm so excited because our CVO has been talking about products that we're going to have, and everything that they have introduced has been like, what? So when the Alive was introduced in May, the Alive was absolutely like, pow, that juice, baby, that juice that gives you that juice, right? Then they came out with the shots, right? That made it easier. You got 2 ounces, shake it up, open it up, drink it up, baby. Come on, somebody. Come on. Easy, convenient. You can travel with it. You can put it in your purse, in your pocket, in your backpack, in your man bag, like all that. You can put it wherever you need to. And now, and this bottle a little light. It's a little light, y'all, already. The Alive ABC apples, beets, cherries. Listen, it's absolutely phenomenal. Great taste, powerful impact, amazing energy. Beets and tart cherries are known to help with heart health. So listen, I'm excited about what this product is going to do and the impact it's going to have on our body. So here we go. If you don't have some Alive, get with your girl. Listen, get with somebody connected, and let's go on and get you set up so that you too can be alive. All right, well, y'all know what we do. Here we go. I lost my shot. I dropped my shot. Absolutely, Jamal. Absolutely. Speak into your unspoken prayer request right now in the name of Jesus that God would move in your situation. Look, here we go. Shot, 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 shot. Everybody shake, shake, shake. Hey, shake the devil off. Shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil off. ABC is easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, do, re, mi, ABC. 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me. Alive, listen, we in this together. All right, y'all. Y'all know what we do. We shake it up, pour it up, and what? Drink it up. So here we go. Babe, we're going to have to open another one for you, I think. Cheers to, listen, letting the dead bury the dead and living our life to the fullest. Cheers. Baby, listen. Woo! Yes, Lord. From the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. Yes, Lord. Completely yes. Listen, my soul says yes. Oh, babe, we got enough. It's just a swallow left in the bottle. All right, y'all. I'm not even gonna ask for no forgiveness. Baby, listen, this is good. That's what I'm saying. It's good. To the last drop. Look, this week, this month has been challenging for me. It's been challenging for me for a number of reasons, but one of which is that a lot of people that I love, their birthdays are this week and they're not here. So I have found myself feeling a kind of way, right? And not always being cognizant or aware of why I feel the way I feel. And so as I began to just look and examine like what's going on in my life, what's happening, I realized that, babe, can you put one of the other ones in the refrigerator so that I can just have one in here? Thank you.
The next bottle, I need to be the one to empty it out because you've been,
You are free to empty whatever you want to empty, baby. You can open up a new one and drink it. Like, listen, there's enough to go around. So I kicked off the month with my grandfather who raised me, his birthday. And there's speculation as to whether it's angel number 111, the first or the second. Then on the 4th, my brother Travis's birthday was my brother Travis's birthday. Travis drowned at age 14 when I was a senior in high school, right before I graduated. Then yesterday was my grandmother, Esther Stewart Avera, or Esther Stewart Wiggins Avera Burns, her birthday. I never met her. And today is my brother, would be my brother Eric's birthday. My brother Eric was murdered in 1995, July of 1995, the year that I actually got my PhD. So it's a lot of loss and a lot of not having had the opportunity, to connect with and to connect to family. So there is regret. Angel number 111. So I want to address this because I know I'm not the only person in the month of December where it's challenging, right? It could be that you didn't lose someone, but that like it's not someone's birthday during this month, but you've lost someone and you're not going to be able to spend the holidays with them. It could be that you're just not in a place where you can be with your loved ones. But whatever it is, I need you to know that you are not alone. In the words of the great lyricist Michael Jackson, you are not alone. And beyond me being here with you, God is here with you. And so one of the things that I wanted to address today is, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with the fact that you've lost loved ones, or that you're not, you can't be with them, you can't celebrate the holidays with them? I'm going to look at angel number 111, and then I'm going to go into it, because I think it's very important that we understand the need for coping mechanisms and ways of dealing with and addressing the trauma, the disappointments, and the losses in our lives. And whether you realize it or not, or want to say it or not, loss of relationship is also a loss that comes with grief. Hold on. Angel number 111. It is associated with confidence, motivation, and independence. It means a new journey of self is on its way. It serves as divine guidance from the universe. It's a symbol of leaving behind a past that should definitely stay in the past and moving forward to a more positive future. It means you're in line with destiny. It's a message of clarity, direction, a reminder, a sign, an omen, or for your comfort. Now, listen, I need all of that right there, right up in through there. Okay. So check this out. Yesterday I was feeling a little off. And I took a nap. If you know me, I don't really take naps during the day. Like I feel like taking a nap in the day is a whole waste of good time, right? And things that could be done. So yesterday I took a nap. I took a whole nap. Not like normally in the day, if I take a nap, I'm on the couch, I'm leaning back, and I close my eyes while I'm supposed to be watching something. And that is my nap. But no, yesterday I literally shut everything down, went to the bedroom, had the lights off, got in the bed, and went to sleep and took a nap. That's just not common for me. So when I woke up, I got up and I said, I gotta do something, because I've got to shake this, right? I've got to shake this. I realized that healing is an ongoing process, and that grief can like rear its head at times, especially at times where you are vulnerable. Anytime you're vulnerable, grief can rear its head. Angel number 1414. Grief can rear its head and make you feel away. You begin to feel away. And so you got to understand that you have the ability to control that. Let me look at angel number 14, and then I'm going to talk about how you can navigate that. Angel number 1414 means that your angels want you to keep a positive attitude and stay centered on your goals. Building a strong foundation and letting positive energy surround you can pull you away from difficult times and take you on a spiritual journey filled with abundance and beautiful prosperity. Listen, God. Look, Jesus, when he went to call the disciples, he said, come, go with me. People said, well, let me go back and, say bye to my mama and my daddy and my family. Um, Somebody said, I just need to let me go back so I can bury, my I think it was the father. Um, and Jesus said this, let the dead bury the dead. Now listen, y'all, I'm not saying don't bury your loved ones when they die. I'm not saying don't go to the funeral. I'm not saying any of that. But listen, let me tell you what God has been dealing with me on, okay? Grief as an emotion has your vibrations vibrating the close, like close to death, right? It's why you feel like you're about to die when you're grieving. It's why you're on the vibrational chart. The emotion of grief takes you into a very low vibrating place, right? And so it's not that you can't grieve. It's not that you shouldn't grieve. It's that you have to be aware, right? You got to be aware of what's happening, right? What's happening versus what you desire to happen in your life. And so, with that said, I was aware that yesterday, like, I was like, listen, I was off. I was irritable. I didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to be talked to. Like I just didn't. Right? I just didn't, because some of the stuff I can't explain, but some of the stuff I can explain. And many times when it comes to grief and grieving, I'm challenged in talking to my husband because his process is different. So I feel away. Not that he necessarily does anything to make me feel away, but I feel away, right? Um, Losing loved ones and not, or losing relationships and not dealing with emotions creates buildup. So what I've realized over the past few years is I have a lot of built up, pent up grief. Have a lot of built up, pent up grief, a lot of built up, pent up emotion that I have not released. Why? Because I felt like I couldn't release it, because if I released it, I might not be able to get back to a happy place. So I was overly positive, exceedingly positive, extra positive, but not allowing myself to feel or to experience the emotions. Yes, I know that they're not gone for real. I know that their soul still exists. It's just in a different realm. I get that, right? But at the same time, I still, like, because I've not dealt with a lot of emotion and a lot of grief, and I've not resolved a lot of things. And it's so funny because I'm real big on self-evaluation and angel number 111, and self-assessment and being aware of myself and growing. But I got so good at packing the layers on, and I think that's what happens when you experience grief early on with people that are close to you. Jason said, I'm glad you're doing this live. I really needed to hear this because I need to let go of some loved ones that was close to me. Yeah, Jason, and I get it, because it's almost like, I'm gonna tell you what it's almost like for me. This is how I'm getting it. It's almost like you're afraid that if you stop grieving them, that they'll just be gone. It's almost like you're afraid if you just stop grieving them, they'll just be gone. Their memory will be gone. You won't have that connection anymore, or like you'll be losing a part of you. Now, look, for me, in order for me to be who I felt like I needed to be and to keep going no matter what was happening in my life, because early on I started experiencing major losses, right? I lost my granddaddy when I want to say I was 13, 13, 14. um I got pregnant and had an abortion at 17. That same year, a couple of months later, my grandmother died. And a month later, about a month and a half later, my brother drowned. My 14-year-old brother drowned. So in that 1 year, I had a lot of loss. I had a lot of loss of people that I loved, and a lot of trauma that I could not talk about. I couldn't really talk about the abortion. Only a few people knew. Um, and I had to keep going because I had to finish my senior year. I had a full academic scholarship. I could not stop. I couldn't stop. There was no luxury of stopping. Like, I had to keep going. But that's always been my life. I felt like that no matter what happened in my life, I've had to keep going. Whether it was the ending of a relationship, the loss of a loved one, whether it was some kind of trauma, it didn't matter. I had to keep going. I didn't have time to stop and grieve and work through. And I could work through it intellectually, right? I need you to understand this, because there's a difference between that intellectual work through and doing the deep rooted emotional work, right? So I could work through it in my mind, like I walk through it, right? But in terms of allowing myself to deal with the emotions so that I could process them and then move forward without being burdened by them or them continuing to come back, I didn't do that. And I really didn't start doing that until I left my ex-husband. I think that's the time when I really started peeling back some layers that I'd been afraid to touch, dealing with some stuff I'd been afraid to deal with, allowing myself to remember some things that I'd kind of blocked out. And what that did, though, is it meant that I've been a little raw, just a little raw, right? Just a little raw emotionally. There's that connection, Jennifer. There's that connection. So in my rawness, I have to be careful, because in my rawness, I can find myself damaging other people, particularly my husband, because he's the person that's closest to me. He's the one that's always around me. Angel number 122. So it's my responsibility to deal with and address my emotions. He can't do it for me. And I can't expect him to. And I can't expect him and don't expect him to walk around on eggshells because of my emotions. That's just a sign to me that I have to get control of me. I have to get some self-control. Angel number 122. Brings forth the energy of change and growth. It's a sign that you're to step out of your comfort zone and take new directions and or begin new projects. It's centered around change and finding balance. Angel number 133. Okay, I hear y'all. Y'all talking loud. I hear y'all. It means you should continue to evolve and transform. Signifies growth, positive change, and using your skills to manifest your dreams. Focus your mind on creating positive changes towards a more balanced life through manifesting. Um, it's about grounding your higher truth into your physical body so that you can live an expression of your truth here on earth, and it signifies spiritual growth and enlightenment. So I knew when I got up yesterday, I needed to do something. Like, I had to get out of the house. I needed to do something. I didn't want to talk. I just needed to like get out of the house and expend some energy. So I decided I would go to the gym. I hadn't been to the gym lately. That's probably another thing that's going on with me. I haven't been going to the gym. So I went to the gym, and I knew that because I hadn't worked out in a while, that working out probably wasn't going to be the best thing to do that time of the night. So what I did was I got in the sauna. I got in the sauna, I listened to music, and I read, right? I did some personal development, some self-care. And it helped. It helped me to really be able to see what was going on with me and to begin to make some decisions. See, the reality is we don't want to act like or think that we have power over our emotions, but we do. Now, listen, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you feeling. You need to feel. Like if you don't feel it, one day it's going to just come out, it's going to explode, right? But you need to feel, and you need to allow yourself to feel. You need to be able to cry. You need to allow yourself to cry. You need to process through that. You need to process through it so that you can get to the other side of it, and then you can talk about it without it being a very emotional thing, right? You recognize it. You're able to acknowledge it, but your emotions don't well up. When your emotions well up like that, it means that you have not effectively processed through it. You've not gotten to the other side of the emotion attached with the event that occurred, because the event is the event. The event is the event. Okay. So this morning, God began to talk to me about let the dead bury the dead. Like, why did Jesus say that? Because it seems so cruel, right? Why would he say that? Because dead things and dead people and the emotions attached to it will keep us stuck and have us about dead. It will keep us stuck and have us about dead. And he wanted them to know that the most important thing was that, okay, the dead person ran their race. They did what they were supposed to do or didn't, but it's done. So now what are you going to do? Are you going to live the life? Is it going to be an impetus, a push, a prodding for you to live your life the way God needs you to live it? Or are you going to use it as an excuse for why you can't live your life? Because that's normally what happens. People die, and then the people that are left that are alive stop living because they feel like if they live, they're somehow betraying the person that's dead. Now, imagine, I just want you to imagine for a minute. Your father dies, right? My father died the end of September. In December, I did ancestry DNA. In January, I found out that he was not my biological father. So not only did I lose the man that I'd always known as my father in the physical, but I also, my whole foundation was turned upside down because it was built on a lie. And I'm not saying it was an intentional lie, but it was not the truth nonetheless. That's what I'll say. It wasn't built on the truth. And the truth is that I had a biological father. And with him, I had siblings and aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents and all of these things. So for me, my grandmother's birthday is a reminder of what I missed out on. Like all the years I didn't have, not having the opportunity to get to know her and to be around her. My brother's birthday today is a reminder that, of what I didn't get a chance to experience as a big sister. Like the fact that I never got to hug him. I never got to tell him, little brother, I'm so proud of you. Because he was an entrepreneur. He was doing his thing. Even at 25, right? In his 20s, he was doing his thing. He was doing his thing early. But I never got a chance to tell him that. I never got a chance to celebrate a birthday with him living, right? Now, in between there, now listen, this is the thing now, y'all. I'm telling you, or right before my grandmother's birthday was my brother's birthday, who died at 14. Another preemption, right? Like his life was preempted, like it was cut short early. Angel number 133. It was cut short early. And I'm trying to, my grandfather, who died my freshman slash sophomore year of high school, right? But who raised me. So I had all of these losses, birthdays of people that I lost early or didn't get to meet. And so what's happening now is there's all of this stuff going on. And then tomorrow, tomorrow would have been my stepdad's birthday, Daddy Glenn, his birthday. So it's like boom, 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 boom. What in the world? So this is what I know. Either I'm going to get a hold of this or this is going to pull me under. I can't afford for it to pull me under. There's too much that God has called me to do in this month for me to be pulled under. So I've got to address my grief, process through, maintain my positivity, and be able to fulfill my assignment. Because I do them no good if I don't fulfill my assignment. So I've got to fulfill the assignment. The assignment is there. I've got to fulfill the assignment. You've got to fulfill the assignment. Their assignment is done. Okay? Like if they didn't fulfill it, like it is what it is, but their part is done. But our part is not. We have to live. We have to live and not feel guilty for living, not feel guilty for continuing on, not feel guilty for, and not feel guilty for feeling something or feeling a little off. Don't feel guilty. Just process through that so that you don't have to have another year next year where you're going through the same thing, because until you deal with it, it's going to keep coming up. It's going to keep recycling. You're going to keep experiencing it. So you have to deal with it. Our body keeps score. Our physical body remembers points of trauma. Our physical body will remember. Something will go on in our body and we may not understand it. But if you're aware of what's going on with you, then you can address it, right? Because it's time to grow. It's time to manifest the word of God here on the earth. It's time for us to be living, breathing examples of what the word of God does, how it purges you and purifies you and sanctifies you, how it gives you joy and peace, how it comforts you, how it reminds you that you are an overcomer. Listen, I need you to understand that the word has multiple functions, but all of them are to help you become the best version of yourself, the version of yourself that is most like God, with a capital G. So I don't have a lot of extra right now. I don't have a lot of extra to give to people. It's interesting to me because people, I don't know why, but I think that sometimes people forget that, like, I'm human and I go through stuff too. So people focus a lot on what they go through, right? And I'm supposed to just handle and navigate what they're going through when what they're going through throws off on me or affects me. Well, this is the truth of the matter. I'm grateful for my growth because I've grown to a point where I can begin to detach myself and understand that people are inherently self-centered. Like as human beings, we are inherently self-centered. The world revolves around us, not just them, me too. Like I be like, well, what about me? Like, you're not the only one going through something. So what about me? What about me? How about you encourage me? How about you lift me up? You know, I dedicate my life daily to coming on and encouraging and inspiring and sharing what God is saying. But the truth of the matter is I'm very grateful for those people who, without prompting, without prodding, check on me, send me encouraging words. Like I'm so grateful for those people. I'm grateful to have people like that in my life because most people don't think I need it. or they don't think that they can provide it or they can be the one that gives it. But the truth of the matter is everybody, especially your strong friends, your friends that are leaders, the people in your life that are in leadership, the people in your life that are like you need that. You need that. You need it. You need it. You need it. You need to be thought about. You need that. You need to know that somebody's thinking about you, somebody's praying for you. And so I'm incredibly grateful for those who are that in my life. I'm grateful for my husband because he got to deal with me every day, all day. And I'm grateful for his patience in dealing with me. And I know that I'm not always able to articulate things. So sometimes I'll just shut down and I won't say anything because I don't want to say something that I'm going to regret. I don't want to say something that's going to damage him when it's not about him. So I try to be very careful about my words and how I use them. And I try to communicate clearly what I feel, what I need. I try to communicate that clearly because I understand that it's frustrating when it seems like nothing that you do is good enough. So I try to make sure that I'm communicating. Do I always get it right? I don't. I don't always get it right. I don't. Do I always deal with my stuff as my stuff and not allow it to affect how I interact with him? I don't. I don't. I don't. Sometimes I fail miserably at that. Sometimes I fail. Yeah. After he fails. Yeah. And so what I have to do is get back on track, be willing and able to apologize and move forward. Life is almost like an obstacle course, right? Not one just for the sake of you going through one, but I want you to think about boot camp. In the military, a part of their boot camp is going through obstacle courses. Those obstacle courses are designed to prepare them for war, prepare them for the things that they may face, prepare them to deal with challenges, and to make sure that they have the fortitude, the strength, the resilience, um, the wherewithal to keep going and not just quit in the middle. If you don't go through challenges, you don't know what you can handle. You don't know what you can go through. You don't know. But this is what I do know. We can't keep going to the grave. Remember when Mary uh, went to the tomb she was getting ready to get Jesus ready for burial, getting ready to go and really prepare his body because they weren't able to do that because of when he died, right? And it was getting ready to be the Sabbath, and so they couldn't do it until after the Sabbath was over. So she went to prepare him, right? She took the stuff, the spices and everything. She went to prepare his body. But when she got there, he wasn't there. And remember, in one of the versions, it says, who were you looking for? I'm looking for my Lord. I'm looking for my rabbi. And what was said to her was, he's not here. They're not there. Our loved ones are not there. They're not in the grave. They're not there. And the tombstones, the caskets, all of that stuff is for the living. It's not for the dead. The dead don't know. It's for the living. It's for us to mark a memorial of their life, to serve in remembrance. So we have to let the dead go, not let them go like we can't be connected to them anymore. We'll always be connected to them because life force is eternal. That's what the spirit is. The spirit is eternal. The spirit doesn't die, right? The spirit doesn't die. The spirit lives on. The body dies, right? But the spirit lives on. And so we can embody their spirits. We can be grateful for them. We can even talk to them. And I'm not talking about necromancy where you're calling down spirits of those who have gone on. I'm not talking about that. But we can talk to them the same way we talk to God. Like, just have a conversation. Sometimes you have some things that you need to say, and when you are at a place where you can say, you need to say it. You need to release it. You need to let it go. So I say all that to say this, that in this season of your life, you get to choose how you go forward. You get to choose whether or not you go forward. You get to choose whether you stay stuck and you're at the tomb when they're not there, or if you go forward. I'm big on the symbolic. I'm big on conversation. I'm big on that. That's a big thing for me. That's a thing that gives me a sense of closure. But I'm a communicator. That's how I'm wired. I'm wired to communicate. So last year, all of my siblings on my mom's side went to our brother's grave. It was the first time that all of us have ever been there since his funeral. That's the first time. And that was important. It was symbolic, of us coming together to honor his life and his memory and his legacy. So you may need to write a letter or have a conversation with someone that you've lost. You may need to find your way to release them into all that God has called them to, but release them nonetheless. And do so not for them, they're good, but for you. Let the dead bury the dead is a reminder that we have an obligation to live on and to continue to live and fulfill God's assignment for our life, even when those that we love have transitioned. They're not gone, they just transformed form, right? They're a different form. They're now spirit, without the hindrance of the body, without the limitations of the body, without the disease of the body. They are just spirit. And the beautiful thing is, they get to be with God, So when you look at it and you think about it, who's better off? Us or them? We're still confined to this human body. We're still going through human experiences. But they are not. Like, they're free for real. So today, make a conscious decision that you're going to let the dead bury the dead. But you're going to honor their memory and their spirit. And you're going to go on and you're going to give them the greatest joy that you could give them. And that is doing what it is God has called you to do without being weighed down. I did good. I thought I was going to cry. I had my tissue ready. If the tears came, I was going to be okay with it. But I have hope. And not just hope for me, but hope for you. Wow, God. Thank you. Thank you for loving us enough. Yeah. All right, you guys, listen. We have the No More Sabotage class that's happening on 12/12 and 12/14. If you've not registered, if you've not taken this class, I'm trying to tell you, you need to take this class, baby. Because this class It's everything. It will allow you to deal with you. I'm really grateful because I believe that that's one of the reasons that I'm able to deal with myself the way I am, because I can recognize, oh my God, that's a saboteur that is kicking in. Baby, let me get hold of this. I got to figure this out. Listen, it may take me a minute to get it together, but baby, I'm going to get it together. But this class is life changing for real. It'll allow you to connect the dots, identify the connection between why you are the way you are and what you do, why you do what you do, all the way back to your childhood traumas and childhood situations. And everything, when we say things are rooted in your childhood, everything is not necessarily a trauma. It can just be something that was deposited in you as a child. So, that's important to understand as well. So you can go register at bit.ly/no more sabotage, bit.ly/no more sabotage. And to get $40 off your registration, use the discount code THANKS, all lowercase. THANKS. Use the discount code THANKS, right? I'm excited about what God is doing, and I'm excited to see God move supernaturally in our lives. Let's do it. Let's do it. I pray this word has blessed you. I pray that it has encouraged you, that it's lifted your spirit, and it's allowed you to get into the mindset of, I'm alive. Let me live my life. Listen, literally, right? I'm alive while the blood's still running warm in my veins, right? So you guys, listen. I love you guys to life and life more abundant. If you want to sow a seed, you can do so at Cash App $DRV Johnson 777, Cash App $DRV Johnson 777, or you can request my Zelle. I'll give you my Zelle information, or Venmo, and you can do it there. Listen, know this. Know that God desires only the best for you. Only the best. So let's go get it. Love you to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah.